Xerfi Global has recently published a study on world car makers, which, having reinvented themselves after the global financial crisis and put into place deep structural changes that should have set the stage for more sustained growth, are currently facing several challenges. Firstly, the uncertain future of certain major markets such as Russia or Latin America, but particularly China, leaves question marks hanging over the future of the industry. Indeed, China has been a driving force behind the industry's growth over the last few years. It grew spectacularly by over 50% in 2009, over 30% in 2010, and between 2011 and 2014 has since been sitting at around a still healthy 10%. Things have, however, taken a turn, with car sales expected to see little over 1% growth in 2015 as a result of slower economic growth and less pent-up demand, coupled with anti-pollution and anti-corruption regulations putting the brakes on demand. China's spectacular growth has made it the world's largest car market, outpacing that of the US. It alone accounted for over 1 in every 4 cars sold worldwide in 2014, and therefore has come to account for a considerable share of car makers' sales. The market slowdown is therefore bad news for those car makers who have invested heavily in the country in the last few years. The Volkswagen Group, for example, is highly exposed to China, where it made around a third of its vehicle sales, excluding joint venture sales, in terms of volume in 2014, adding the potential woe of decreasing demand to its current troubles. Secondly, aside from demand volatility, car makers are coming under pressure to invest heavily due to both regulations and customer expectations. Environmental and safety regulations are becoming stricter, and in addition to this, customers are demanding more connectivity and automatism, as well as alternative mobility services. Such regulations and requirements create technological challenges and require considerable investment, and thus generate increased costs, which car makers have difficulty passing on to customers, given the highly competitive nature of the industry. As a result, the aggregate profitability of the analysed companies is fairly low, lower than that of car part suppliers, for example, sitting at an average of around 5.3% over the last 5 years. In 2014, it was squeezed slightly and decreased to 5.5% from 5.6% in 2013. In terms of individual profitability, it is premium player BMW which has proven to be the most profitable over the last 5 years. Premium vehicles typically generate higher margins, and this also explains the presence of Tata in the top 3 most profitable car makers. Its Jaguar Land Rover division has given profits a huge boost, and would actually be in the red if it were not for Jaguar Land Rover premium sales. Hyundai, on the other hand, has benefited from low-cost production bases and a product mix which includes a high share of small cars, which is a segment seeing high growth. Despite these already high margins, it is also eyeing the premium segment and launched a new global luxury standalone car brand in 2015. More generally, with regard to strategies, car makers are focusing on increasing efficiency, particularly via modular systems and high-volume global platform architectures. They are fine-tuning their global market positioning to ensure they are on the right markets at the right time, and investing in innovation, especially connectivity, fuel-efficient or fuel-alternative engines, and mobility solutions. As a result of the increased technological content in the value of cars, highly specialized suppliers are becoming valuable partners, and new entrants, such as tech companies, are coming onto the scene. But this is not all. The perception of vehicles is changing as they are perceived less as products and, on the one hand, more of part of a service as car sharing and mobility options increase in popularity, and, on the other hand, as platforms for connectivity technology, which in turn will prove to be a major source of added value, provided car makers themselves are able to capture it.